guys, this is Stephanie Hamley with Hamley Bake Shoppe, and we are back to do another version of our dummy cake. Except today we are going to decorate it in buttercream, which I know I've done one other video like this too, but I figured I wanted to kind of revamp it up a little bit. But we're going to do the buttercream cake, but we're also going to stack it onto a fondant cake, and I'll show you how to fondant a dummy in another video. So we have our styrofoam dummy. You can use regular cake, that's totally fine, but this is just a nice way to practice cake without having to bake cake. Or if you're trying to build your portfolio, you just want to do some different examples, this is such an inexpensive way to do it. Because when you're done, you just scrape it off, wash it, and then you're ready to start the next one. So with the dummy, now this is an Ateco turntable, and the nice thing about these is this comes off and it has this medieval looking contraption that you can purchase, but this goes in there and you can actually take your styrofoam and stick it right in there. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to go with our trusty acrylic disc. So we've got the acrylic disc. These will be linked in the description. You can also use like the cardboard circles if you want to do that. So we're just gonna fling all that stuff out the way. And we're gonna take our icing, and this is just our American buttercream icing. We're gonna do a nice little layer. And then we're gonna attach our dummy. And then before I stick it in the freezer, I'm gonna take some buttercream and I'm gonna just do a little layer on the bottom. So as you can see, nothing pretty. Down here, I've got different cake smoothers. This one is my least preferred. It's hard to work with. I feel like I need this handle. And also, I like to have a beveled edge, whereas that one does not have one. The downfall to this is it's not very tall. So right now, barrel cakes, which are the really tall cakes, that's really, a trendy thing, and this doesn't cover it. So we've got the Big Daddy that we love, and I think this is like 8 inches. So this is a nice tall smoother. It's got a nice grip. Having said that, this is my trusty smoother. I'm just gonna hold the top of the cake in one hand, and then with my other, the beveled edge, I'm gonna just smooth and try not to get it on my clothes. So again, I'm just gonna smooth it. And that looks good to me. So I'm gonna pop this in the freezer. I would give it at least 10 to 15 minutes. Just get that glued down, and then we'll start the next step. Hey guys, it's Stephanie. So we're back. I pulled the cake out of the freezer, and I'm gonna show you a little life hack. So I have my buttercream in my mixing bowl. Take just a small bowl, a cake pan, whatever, and I call these sticky pads, but they're like the drawer liners. Stick that on top. And then you've got your bowl at whatever angle. This is perfect, like if you're scooping cookies. it's like having an extra set of hands. Okay, so we are just gonna cover this in buttercream. And I'm gonna take my icing. Take my smoother, smooth that out the way, and I'm gonna hold one side and then bring it to me. And if you have any places where the icing is not as thick, just add a little bit more. We're gonna do one more thing here in a second. So to smooth the top, I just take my spatula and just bring it in towards me. So I'm kind of going at an angle and just coming to the top. So I'm not scooping it, I'm just basically sliding this towards the edge. Now, one texture we're gonna do, we're gonna take a fork. So I'm gonna hold my fork backwards. And very gently, we're just gonna go up to the top. It's kind of hard to do backwards, but I can't do it that way. But you get the idea. All right. Now, we're gonna do our signature swirl on the top. And all I do for that is I like to bring it around to kind of smooth it. And again, I'm just holding my spatula in one area and turning the cake table or the turntable. So I'm gonna just let it start spinning, and then I'm gonna bring my spatula in just to get a nice, I like to call it like a tree trunk. So you get like that effect on there. That's pretty to me, that's what I like. You can definitely do it smooth. But anyway, this is just a different technique. You could keep it plain, you could do whatever you wanted to. I just wanted to do something a little different. I'm gonna pop this into the fridge, that way it's hardened. And really that's it for this. So in the next video, we're gonna do a fondant dummy cake. And after that, we're gonna put everything together and show you how we get that decorated and set up, put it on a pretty board, snap some pictures, and then start all over. So thank you for being with us today. Make sure you hit the bell, subscribe, like, do all the things. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and just stay connected with us. And until next time, y'all keep baking.